Good day everyone, and welcome to another wonderful session with me. So basically today is our day 2 of graphic design with Coreldraw training, and so far so good. Yesterday we were able to discuss and deliberate on a few topics, from the conceptualization of what graphic design means, the types of graphic design, and we explained detailed examples, giving different examples on how you can make use of all of those graphic designers in different fields, how each graphic designers are specific in their own niche. So yesterday we just did a summary of everything. So basically today we are going to move on to the softwares of graphic design. So today's tutorial is basically going to be in two phases, one for this afternoon and the other one for the later time I'll announce on the group. But for now we're going to do the theory, and then the practical is going to come up later on installation of the softwares that we'll be using throughout this tutorial. So from today our tutorial officially begins. Do you understand? So after today our design tutorial officially begins. So to start with, without wasting much time, let's just explain the top graphic software. So if you should have heard of different kind of software, they'll be like, I'm using Photoshop to design graphics, I'm using Coreldraw to design graphics, I'm using Adobe Illustrator to design graphics, I'm using Canva to design graphics. If I should ask anybody right now, they'll mention like 100 different softwares, because obviously all of these softwares are super amazing to design graphics. But then the top graphical softwares acceptable around the world right now is these three that you are seeing on your screen right now, which is the Coreldraw, Photoshop, and Adobe Illustrator. So I'm just going to do a run through on the three of them. So basically Coreldraw is like the grandfather of all of them. So Coreldraw is the graphical software that can design Photoshop, that can design still graphics and a little of so Coreldraw software. So Coreldraw software is a software that can be used to design what Photoshop can do, what Adobe Illustrator can do. So basically what Photoshop can do is that it can design it is majorly meant for designing and retouching photos, photo editing. That is the major work of Photoshop. But then oftentimes some graphic designers with their creativity will make use of it for flyer designs and some other kind of designs, but its main effect, its main function is for photo editing. Then the third one is Adobe Illustrator. I'm still going to come back to Coreldraw, but I just want to make a detailed explanation on the other two first, why I said Coreldraw is their grandfather. So the next one, which is Adobe Illustrator, is basically meant for designing vector images like logos. If you want to design logos, you want to do any stuff like that, Adobe Illustrator it is for you. And then Photoshop also, you can also use Photoshop to do motion graphics, a bit of motion graphics and like that. So but then if you want to design logos, vector images, Adobe Illustrator it is for you. So now that you've known the difference between the Photoshop software and the Adobe Illustrator software, now the reason why we call Coreldraw their grandfather is because Coreldraw can be able to do everything that Photoshop can do, everything that Adobe Illustrator can do. But the funniest thing about this thing is that Coreldraw is being underrated in the marketplace right now. It's very, very underrated, because even down to me, I don't know why it's not being rated, but then it is being underrated. In fact, Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator are even more in demand than it right now. But for the sake of this tutorial, we are going to be teaching Coreldraw, because once you know Coreldraw, it's very easy for you to go through Photoshop and go through Adobe Illustrator. So if for adventure, if you are to enroll for a graphical design class that is going to be for Photoshop, and they say it's going to last for like 3 months, you are going to just use 1 month because of your prior understanding because of your prior understanding to Coreldraw already. So basically, let me just quickly do a run through. The first top software among everything is Coreldraw, followed by Photoshop. Photoshop is meant for photo editing. Its primary focus and primary aim is for photo editing, but it can also be used for motion graphics to by UI UX designers. Also can also make use of Photoshop, and can also be used for flyers and the rest like that a bit, but its main function is for photo editing. And then the third one is Adobe Illustrator. Now Adobe Illustrator's main focus is for creating vector images like logo designs and the likes like that. But then number one, which is Coreldraw, which is what we are going to be focusing on this for this tutorial. And remember, I said Coreldraw is the master of all, but being underrated in the industry right now. But that's what we're going to be focusing on for this tutorial. So we are going to be focusing firstly on Coreldraw, and then on our other tutorials we're going to do tutorials on Photoshop. Maybe in the next month, next month I'm going to do tutorial on Photoshop, and then next other month I'm going to do tutorial on Adobe Illustrator. So it's a full package, but for now we're starting with Coreldraw. So that's all for that today, and see you in our next video.